So hello there, and today we are back again with a new video. So yesterday we made two apps. One is a normal basic app with just a text, and the second one is to save a like text, like dynamic text that would you will give a input and it will show you that as an output. So today we are going to create a counter app. Like it will just count. If you press a button, it will just increase the number. Okay, just like a number counter thing. So in this app, it would be easier than the previous app, than the dynamic text app. In the dynamic text app, we had to use two use states, but here just we have to use one state. So that's all. So you know the drill. We have to just create uh like we have to go in our folder, and then we have to create in the terminal npx expo, like npx create expo app at the rate latest with the name. I have already created that, and I have named it as counter. So npx create expo app at the rate latest and counter, then enter, and it created me this folder full of codes, and these all are template files. So and sorry, and I'm just deleting this all inside the app. I can't delete the app folder itself because it is responsible for creating the front end. So if I delete the app, it would just crash the app. So rather deleting the app, I would delete its contents. Okay, done. Then inside the app, I have to just create uh index dot tsx, and inside index.tsx I have to create what? React native functional component. So I have to just write as a shortcut rnfe export component. So here I'm just created this, and here I have to extend it to react.fc for functional component. And inside this, sorry, I have to then I have to just save it, and I should start our project before creating any edit, so that I can see what I am doing. So then inside the terminal we have to start the project. To start the project, we have to just write npx expo start. Okay, so while it is just creating the app, I should create the style sheet. Okay, it's already done, because we know that if we make any changes in the style of the app, or any part of the app, just like the container of view or the texts, so I have to create a style sheet. So I am creating the style sheet, then const styles equals to style sheet dot create. To create the style sheet, inside the create I have to write after create we have to use a parenthesis to make it start, and then inside that I have to use a curly braces, then enter. After that I have to write what I am trying to create. Then so here I am just styling the container, the view. So I am just naming it as container, and as usual curly braces, and inside the curly braces I am using flex 1, and then align item center. Other than numbers, if we write anything inside the like, so there are key and attributes, right? So there are like these are the keys and these are the attributes. Yep. So inside the attribute part, if we write anything, okay, so other than numbers, it should be inside single quotes. Like here it is or numbers, so I can write it like one without any single quotes. But here I am using center, so I have to write in within the single quotes, or else it will give me an error. Okay. uh Also, if I use like percentages like 40%, 30%, I also keep that inside the single quotes. Okay, after that align items, after that content, justify content, and this should be also center. Okay, done. I saved it, and it didn't do anything because I did not connected it with the view, so I have to merge it with that. So here I am linking that with the style tag, like style attribute. So here in the style I have to use the curly braces and then the name of the style sheet, which is styles dot container. Okay, save. And it's just a like bug like that of kind of thing, so it already done. If I do a refresher, just write like inside the terminal, I have to use R. After reload it will do perfectly, but normally it doesn't work, so somehow sorry. After that I have to use the text for like a title, like sorry, let's name it as title. The text is this text, so I am just naming as title, and inside the title I'm just increasing the font size as 32, and font weight inside single quotes as bold, and then it does nothing because I haven't linked it yet, so I have to link that using the style attribute and curly braces. I have to write the name of the style sheet dot title, save, and okay, it's all. Then I am changing the name here, so I'm just naming it as counter. Okay, it's done. Then uh then I'm just writing a text here under that. Okay, so in the text I will write the numbers. So inside the text, so the number would be dynamic, right? So before creating any dynamic uh, elements, we should do with a static element because that gives us a perspective. Okay, so currently I am just using a zero because we will start our counter from zero only. So here I just kept as like took a text and used a text and kept it as 0, and after that I have to use a button to change the counter. In the button I have to use touchable opacity. Again we can use button itself. Button is also a tag, we can use that, but touchable opacity is like more flexible, like more customizable than the ordinary button. Okay, so in the touchable opacity I have to also add it in here. Okay, in the touchable opacity I have to insert a text which is increase. Okay, so we got our button. So currently it does nothing. Okay, to make it work, I have to create functions. So we have two things. We have to create two things. One is to like make the static number to dynamic. To make it dynamic, we have to use what? Use state. So first declare a const. We have to declare the const just under it with like above the return function. The return function is responsible, like after this return, whatever I am writing, it is shown on the front end. It is for the user. Okay, but the logic we have to write it here before return and inside the functional component. Okay, so here I am just creating in a const, and there I have to use like anything. I can name it anything. So in const I am using here number and use number, sorry, set number, set number. So it will store the dynamic number. Okay, so then equals to use state, and a default like it should have a uh, starting point, and the starting point is 0. Okay, so here I am using as a number and it will be 0. So after that, when I use the touchable opacity, it should increase the number. Okay, increase the number. So okay, so here I have currently 0, but it is static. Inside the app it is static, but I have already uh, introduced the dynamic number, but I haven't used that yet. So I am just currently like converting the static to dynamic by just deleting the static value and inserting the dynamic value by curly braces, close, and inside the curly braces I am using the number. Okay, now the number is lit up. Before that it was not, it was grayed out, but after using that it's lit up. But set number is still grayed out because I haven't used that yet. That means that number is still static and it cannot be like I have done nothing to change it from its normal 0 value. So if I save it, it will still show 0 because I have made the default number as 0. So use state is 0. So if I, okay, then after that I have to create another function. Okay, to change the number, to increase the count. So I am naming the function as increase number. Okay, and inside that I am just using set number. Okay, now it's enabled and it is telling the number to do something like change your value. Okay, so set number, and inside the set number it will change the number plus 1. That's it. Okay, after that I have to increase the number. I have to use this function inside the button. So inside the touchable opacity I am using on press, and inside that I am using increase number and save. So after that, when I am pressing increase, it does its job, but it is too small to see, so I am just increasing the size of the text. So here in the text I am using style equals to styles dot um number, but I haven't create any number yet. Okay, so just create a number and then make changes to its styles, just like increase the size, font size, which is mm, just like 28. Sorry, I just used the number inside the, sorry, I just used it in the button. Okay, so my bad, to use that inside the this text function and then save it. Okay, it does the job. And after that, I'm just using a more of a normal font but lesser than bold font. Like I want to add a font to it, but not like totally bold. So rather than writing any name, I can use also 100 to 900, any value, like I am using here 500. Okay, and save. Okay, so it's bolder than before. Like if I save that, it was light, and if I use the font size, it is bolder than previous one, but not as bold than like bold. Okay, so now you can see it's working totally fine. After that, I also just want to create like change the background of the button. So here I am, like it is done, the app is totally done. You can just um skip the later part, but I am trying to teach how to change the background of the button or anything else. So inside the button we have to use the, like for changing the button I have to create a style. So inside the button, I'm just writing like background color, to change the background color of this button. Okay, wait second. Ah, so I want to change the background color of the button. So here I'm changing it background color, and then I'm just I just want to change it to black. So I can write this as like hex id, like 6 zeros, and then I want to, okay, first we should link that with the button. So here in the button is the touchable opacity, so I am you linking the style with the touchable opacity, then curly braces, name of the style sheet, dot, then button, save. It totally blacked out. Okay, so then I want to change the text also, because I want to see that, right? So I should change the, I am creating another attribute which is button text, and inside that I am using like color, just color, which should be, I can use just like this also. Like I can write here white also, and it will work just like fine. Okay, then I should link that style equals to curly braces, and inside the styles dot button text. That's all. Okay, but now I want to just like, it's totally just like uh too skinny, so I want to make it thick. I want to make the button thick. So what should I do? I should use a padding. I should use another attribute here. Inside that is inside the text only, to make a surrounding padding 20. But I also want this looks like too much blocky, so I want to make it like more round, so uh so that it looks less aggressive. So I'm just using here border radius, which should be 20. That's all. You can also increase that and save it more downly. Okay, but you can see here like the count and like the title and the number and the button are too much close together. So I want to increase their distance. So I should do one thing, that is margin bottom, and this should be 20. That's enough. So it made a distance between these two, and after that I also I also add a like distance between the number and the button. So I am also adding the margin bottom inside that too, inside the like 20. Okay, so that's all for this video. If you have any questions, any queries, or if you want to see more customizations, or if you have any doubts in your mind, you can ask me in the comment box. Or if you want to create any if you have any project in your mind, if you have any idea but you don't know how to do that, or if you are creating a button but you don't know how to like optimize that or use that, so you can just comment it inside the comment box, and I would try that. I don't know I can do that or not, because I am also a student like you all guys, and I will try to give it a chance, and then if I can do, I would definitely let you know. Okay, so that's all for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.